By the end of this video, you are going to feel like you were born and raised in Miami, my friends, because I'll give you a lot of information about Miami. We're gonna go to the computer and I'll show you an overall view of the entire Miami-Dade County map. And sorry if this video took a little bit longer, but I really wanted to give you the best information and complete. This is really the best video. You don't have to go anywhere else after seeing this video. And this is best to watch on the TV so you can get the most information as possible, okay? Jesus Balbuena, my name. I'm a realtor in South Florida, and every single day I help people like you on their questions about moving and investing in South Florida. My friends, I really love it. So please don't be shy to shoot me a text, call me, I'll pick up the phone myself, or send me an email, and let's start right now. So let's start with the basics of the Miami-Dade County. As you know, the county belongs to the South Florida metropolitan area, also composed by Broward County, the Fort Lauderdale area, and Palm Beach County, the West Palm Beach area. The Miami-Dade County borders with the south of the Broward County on cities like Hallandale Beach on the east and Miramar on the west. The northernmost cities of the county in Miami are Aventura, Miami Gardens, and Hialeah Gardens on the northwest. On the west, the county has been progressively growing over the years, taking space from the Everglades. Cities like Doral and Kendall are among the biggest ones in this area. And you know, 25 years ago, it was pretty normal that you would see snakes or alligators wandering around this area you see right here. And I guess it's normal, after all, we're in their habitat, right? So I guess we should expect something like that. But that doesn't really happen anymore. That was some years ago, a long time that I haven't heard that. The southernmost cities on the county are Homestead and Florida City. After that, you have the Florida Keys, this is the Monroe County. And as you know, we're pretty close to Cuba, 90 miles away from Havana to the Florida Keys, okay? So the size of the Miami-Dade County is 2,400 square miles, and it's actually bigger than some US states like Rhode Island and Delaware. I found this to be pretty interesting, I didn't know. And the population of the county is 2.7 million. So there you go, these are some of the basics of the county. Now let's go to the map itself, and let's start with the downtown Miami, which is pretty much in the middle of the county. And it actually divides the county in two, and I'll show you how. Let me show you right here the Flagler line. So this is Flagler Street. It goes from the east all the way to the west in the Miami-Dade County, and it divides the north from the south. Let me show you how real quick right here. So if you go north, you will see the streets is Northwest 1st Street, Northwest 2nd Street, 3rd Street, and so on. But if you go south, naturally, you will find the south of the county, Southwest 2nd Street, Southwest 4th Street, and so on. So this is the line that divides the north from the south. But what is the avenue that divides the east from the west? I will show you that as well, my friend. So this is the North Miami Avenue. It starts, you know, right here in the county line with Broward, and it goes all the way down to the downtown. As you can see, the west is a little bit bigger, and the same pretty much happens here. If you go east, you will see that the street is Northeast 111th Street. But if you go to the west, the address changes to Northwest 111th Street. So if you have a friend that says, hey, I live in the northwest of the Miami-Dade County, okay, now you know it's in this area right here. Of course, they have to give you more details because this is huge. So you need more details. Okay, so this is the breakdown of how the Miami-Dade County is divided. You have the northwest right here, northeast, southeast, and the southwest. We're going to talk about each one of these, and let's start with the southwest. The main characteristic about the southwest is that it feels like a more of a family-friendly area, a suburban type of life. So naturally, you will find a lot of single-family homes. The crime tends to be less in suburban areas, so that is something for you to consider. And let me tell you something right here. This area that I'm showing you right here, this area right here, this is where the good restaurants are in Miami. You know, there are many great restaurants all around Miami, but I think the more quantity and quality you will find in this area you see right here, which is, you know, Coral Gables, Coconut Grove. That is a great area if you want to go to a good restaurant. I like Casa Juancho, which is a Spanish restaurant. I love the food in here, by the way. Another great characteristic about this area, you know, they have a lot of green spaces. Actually, the zoo is here. a lot of green spaces, green areas, so you can go to a park and have, you know, a family time with your family. And let me tell you this as well, the schools, okay? So this is the school map of the Miami-Dade County. This is niche.com, a great page for you to do some research. And as you can see, most of the great schools in Miami are in the south. Yes, in the south, southeast, southwest portion of the map. And it makes sense. It is coherent with what I just told you before. This is more of a family-friendly area, so naturally a lot of people with kids will want to live in here. And this is only public schools, but there are also great private schools in the area. So if the schools are the main topic for you, the main consideration for you, I think you should really look into the southwest of the Miami-Dade County. Okay, so this is the southeast portion of the Miami-Dade County. This is the smallest one actually, and to be honest with you, I think you can include this part to be part of the southwest as well, because you know it's part of Pinecrest, Coconut Grove. By the way, in Coconut Grove you will find great restaurants. This is one of my favorite neighborhoods in Miami, and it's actually the oldest neighborhood in Miami, Coconut Grove, so take a look at that. You have the Vizcaya Museum Gardens, so come on, take a look at this. This is a place that you should definitely visit if you come to Miami. It's great. I took my mom over there and she absolutely loved it, but make sure you go during the winter time, because during the summer it can get too hot. You have Key Biscayne in this area, which is a great neighborhood, one of my favorite neighborhoods in Miami-Dade County. You can really live the coastal life in here, but of course this is more on the higher end. The entire area is more on the higher end, as you may figure, because we're on the coast. One of the characteristics of this area is a little bit more active than the west. You have more commerce, more nightlife in here, and a lot of restaurants as well. And like I said, it's a little bit more high-end than the west, so just take that into consideration. I actually forgot to mention this little part you see right here, which is very important because this is Brickell. If you've been in Miami, you most likely have visited Brickell. I know that I'm splitting in two here the neighborhood because this is like the official division, but Brickell is all of this. This is a very high-end neighborhood. High-end condos is what you will find in here. Office buildings, a lot of office buildings, and like I said, this is the financial district of Miami. The single families, there are some, and you will find them especially right here in this area. And the nightlife in Brickell is very active, is very busy, so I'm sure you will like Brickell, especially if you are a young professional. Older people with families tend to move away because it's too congested, but Brickell is just one of the most famous places in Miami. Okay, now let's go to the next area of the county. And by the way, make sure you stick around because we'll talk about the crime as well, so don't leave. So the next area is the northwest of the Miami-Dade County. This is definitely the busiest one in the county, and also I believe this is where most of the population in Miami lives. Also, this is the most diverse area. You have Hialeah, 95% of the population, they speak Spanish, and I don't know where that other 5% is, to be honest. It seems like a lot. You also have Doral, big Venezuelan community. You have Little Havana around here, and you have Little Haiti around here. So this is a very diverse area. And I also want to mention that this is a very industrial area. Well, most of the industrial part of Miami are located in the northwest, especially in places like Opaloca, around the Palmetto, between I-95 and 57 Road. You go there and it's just noise. You will see warehouses, trucks, people working, so it's just a lot of noise. So if you don't like the noise, you should maybe look into other areas. I really like to visit Miami Springs. This is a beautiful neighborhood. I really like the architecture of the houses, so maybe you should take a look at that. Doral, I spoke to you about Doral. This is one of the newer area cities in Miami. Like I told you, Miami has been growing to the west. Doral was founded in 1987, and I really like that they have a good variety of restaurants as well. Another area that I really like is Miami Lakes. Very peaceful and quiet. You have, even though you have warehouses, you have commercial, you have single family, you have everything, but it's really quiet, well organized. So this is one of my favorite neighborhoods, and you can also find good restaurants in here as well. So I really like it. Now, when it comes to schools, let's go to niche.com again. And as you can see, the options are very different than the ones you have on the southwest. On the northwest, according to this page, you only have, if you want an A-rated school, you only have Doral, and you have this one right here, but I think this is actually, yeah, the Miami Dade College. Now, I know that Miami Springs, they also have a elementary school with good reputation. I've spoken to parents in here. I know this page doesn't usually tell you everything because you have to pay, but look into Miami Springs and Miami Lakes because I've spoken to parents over there, and you know, they give me a good feedback, so why not consider that as well? Okay, so let's go to the last portion of the Miami-Dade County. This one right here, the northeast, and the Miami Beach area. This is the Miami we all know. This is the Miami we have seen on TV, and the Miami everybody wants to live in. Why? Well, simply because of the proximity to the beach, to the ocean. Everybody wants to live in here, including myself, my friends. This is a highly desired area because of that. But you also have a lot of restaurants, commerce, and entertainment options as well. So you have a lot, this area has a lot to offer. If you live in this area, you don't actually have to go anywhere else to do anything because everything is pretty much here. You have a lot of nightlife, restaurants, entertainment options, the beach, nature, pretty much everything, okay? The neighborhoods that I like to visit here in this area are Sunny Isles, Bay Harbor, which is where I live actually, and Miami Shores. People don't really talk much about Miami Shores. This is a highly residential neighborhood, a lot of single families. And what I like about this neighborhood is that it's really quiet and peaceful despite you're very close to the city, to the hectic life, but Miami Shore still keeps that essence, so I really like it. Another neighborhood that I like is this one right here, Keystone Islands. I made a video about Keystone Islands. You should definitely check that out because I really love this neighborhood. Of course, like I told you, all these neighborhoods will be on the higher end, above Miami's median sales price, maybe except for this area right here, nor Miami nor Miami Beach. This is the most affordable area of this section you see right here. So to summarize everything, the main characteristics that you will find in this area will be that you can have a seaside living because of course you're close to the ocean. You have a lot of walkability in here, but you also have a lot of traffic, so that's something for you to consider as well. You have a lot of entertainment options, and like I told you, the cost of living is a little bit higher. And another thing that I should say to you is that this area is not so oriented to family anymore. It's more to younger professionals because this is, you know, this is where the chaos is. It's pretty hectic. Again, except maybe in this area you see right here, Miami Shores, but other than that, the traffic is crazy and people, I see families going to the west more and more. So when it comes to the schools, you don't have many options as in the south. Like I told you, in Aventura you have a couple of good schools, and in Miami Beach as well. And I don't know why it doesn't show, maybe you have to pay too, but in Bay Harbor Islands there is another great elementary school. So this is another good option for you, so check this out. So overall, to summarize everything, on the west you will find more a suburban type of life, while on the east you will have that city life. In the middle you have a little bit of everything. There is traffic pretty much everywhere, to be honest. I told you the traffic is higher on the east, and it is true, but the traffic is pretty bad everywhere, to be honest, and it's gonna get worse. To tell you some of the main highways in Miami, you have the Palmetto on the northwest that actually goes to the east, and you have which connects to the I-95, and you have the Turnpike. So you have three main highways to go from north to south. You have the Turnpike, you have the Palmetto, and you have the I-95 to go from the east to the west. The options, you still have options. You still have the Palmetto, which is in this section can go from the east to the west. You have this the 112 highway, which goes from the east to the west, from Miami Beach to Doral, and this one that goes from South Beach all the way to Sweetwater, Fontainebleau, this area right here, way beyond the airport. Okay, so you basically have three highways to go from north to south, and three highways to go, three or four highways, to go from east to the west. This is really not enough, and that's why I think the traffic is gonna keep getting worse, because people are still moving into Miami and I don't know what we're gonna do, to be honest. Just to give you an example, let's say we are in Aventura Mall right here, which is the north part of the Miami-Dade County, and we want to go, let's say, to Homestead, which is the southernmost part of the county. Okay, today is Monday, it's almost 8 p.m, so you can kind of know how the traffic is. So it can take you an hour to go from Aventura to Homestead. This is pretty much from extreme to extreme. Let's say you're in Aventura and you want to go to the airport. Okay, let's say airport, Miami Airport, MIA Airport. Okay, so you're gonna have 30 minutes, and this is pretty much the norm to go everywhere, to be honest. Let's say you want to go to the airport to Brickell, so you can see. Okay, Brickell, let's see, Brickell City Center is over there. So, you know, it can take only 23 minutes, 16 minutes if you take this way. By the way, this is a toll. What you have right here, 836, is a paid toll. 112 is another toll that you have to pay, and the Ronald Reagan Turnpike is another toll that you also have to pay. I-95 you don't have to pay, but you also have express lane, and so, you know, sometimes you just got to pay. And this one, this bridge you see right here, to go from North Miami to Bay Harbor Islands, there is also a toll. This is actually the highest toll in the Miami-Dade County, and they do that to you know, to reduce the traffic in this area, which is pretty bad, like I told you, especially during school hours. So these are the main places for entertainment and shopping. Whatever you see in green are the main shopping centers or shopping malls in Miami. You have the Falls down south, you have Dadeland as well, you have the Dolphin as well, a lot of options in here. This is an outlet. You have the Brickell City Center, the Miami Design District, where you can buy luxury brands. You have the Lincoln Road. Maybe you have been there before because this is a high tourist area. You have the Bal Harbour shops, similar to the Miami Design District. You have a lot of luxury brands. You can find a pair of socks for $1,000. I'm not buying that, my friends, not right now. You also have the Aventura Mall, which is the bigger one, I believe, in Florida. I even believe it's the bigger one, the biggest one. Whatever you see in blue are the main beaches, public access to beaches. South Beach, of course, North Beach, Surfside, Bal Harbor, Sonia, Halover. Let me tell you something about Halover. You have the Halover Park, where you can go there and have fun. You can do picnics, barbecue, everything. But you also have this beach right here. This is the Halover clothing optional beach. So beware if you go with kids, because you may see something in there that you don't want to see. Just letting you know. You also have Sunny Isles and Golden Beach. My favorite beaches, to be honest, in the Miami-Dade County are Surfside, Sunny Isles, and I forgot to mention Key Biscayne. I love the beach in Key Biscayne. I really like it. So there you go. Now whatever you see in yellow are the stadiums if you're into sports. Here is where the Miami Marlins play, the Florida Marlins, in the Lone Depot Park. This is the Miami Heat Arena, formerly known as the FTX Arena. This is where the NFL plays, the NFL team plays, the Miami Dolphins, around here in Miami Gardens, to the very north of the county. And these two are actually in Fort Lauderdale, but just to let you know, this is where the Florida Panthers play, the NHL team, the hockey team, here in Sunrise, and the new football team where Lionel Messi plays, here, the Inter de Miami. Now we have Messi, so that has brought a lot of attention to the city. Okay, so I'm in this page called neighborhoodscout.com, and this is the page that you can use to check out the crime reports, to check the neighborhoods, what are the best, the worst. So this page you have to pay, so it can show you everything, but I think this is gonna be very useful to you, so you can see where the crime rate or the high crime rate is in Miami. As you can see, the darker the color is, the blue is, the more dangerous will be. And as you can see, the middle part of the Miami-Dade County is the darker one, and I
Actually, I agree with this. The safest neighborhoods are to the very west or to the very east, and I would say it's even safer to the very west because these are newer neighborhoods. Most of them are gated, while on the east there are some older neighborhoods, older buildings as well. You have the beach, so just anything can happen at the beach. But overall, this is very accurate in my experience. I would say I'm using data to support this, but the high crime rate is mostly in the middle of the Miami-Dade County. And as you can see, if you go down south, it gets a little bit darker as well. And I heard of that before as well from about Homestead. So I think this is a good page for you to have a reference, neighborhoodscout.com. You have to pay, so it gives you more information, but like I said, this will be very useful to you so you can make your own decision. And by the way, you can see here in some areas like downtown Miami and Brickell, they have a higher crime rate. I don't think it's that high, but there is a lot of people in there, all type of people, so anything can happen, like I said. And that's why I like to be more on the west or more on the east, mainly because of the crime rates and also the schools. Like I told you, the schools are better when you go to the extremes. So there you go, my friends. Okay, so quickly let's talk about real estate. This is the map that I made so you can see a little bit of the prices, the price range that you will find in Miami. Key Biscayne 1.5 million, Surfside 1.2 million. Of course, we are by the beach, so prices will be a little bit higher. This area of Miami Beach is lower because there are many older buildings and studios, so that brings the price down a little bit. Aventura 505, mostly condos, what you will see here, and be aware because most of these buildings are older. Be aware of those special assessments. Hialeah and Little Haiti 435. Actually, if you look in the map of Miami, in the middle, if you search for homes in the middle of the map, you will see that the houses are more affordable in this area. So look into that if you're in a budget. But the extremes will be a little bit more expensive. Doral is getting more expensive each time. Also, Kendall, this area right here, a lot of new construction. Of course, we mentioned the beach, Coral Gables, beautiful neighborhood, Palmetto Bays as well. So the median sales price for a home in Miami is $525,000, which is higher than Broward County and higher than Palm Beach County. And that's why a lot of people are considering, moving a little bit north. But at the same time, we have a lot of people coming in, so that kind of balances everything. And that's why we haven't seen a price drop here in 2023. So I hope you find this video useful. It was a little bit longer than I was expecting, but there is a lot of information, and I think you will know now Miami for real, and you will know now what area to pick in Miami after seeing this video. Take a look at my channel because I have many more videos. Thank you for watching. This is my contact information. Reach out if you have any questions, and see you on the next one. Hasta la vista.